Hi, welcome back to Two Bros 5 Feet Apart podcast. We're here. Where are we, Casper?
We are at a parking garage next to the Mesa Art Center.
On the very top. I thought this place will be perfect. I thought no one would be here, but it's a really busy day. So there's a lot of families out, a lot of couples out watching some performance.
Probably some shitty orchestra concert.
Yo.
No offense to those kids.
They were pretty young, but I don't know.
They seemed young. Did your families ever come to your... You had things, right?
Yeah, I had things. I had choir concerts, drama theaters, and they have came to my events, my special events. Have yours?
Your special events? Yeah, mine always did. My whole family came. Like, not even like my mom or my dad. Like, my entire family came. I was at least like almost 2 good rows of family for me.
Was it a lot of pressure on you?
Not really, because I could never see them. And also, I used to play violin, except I wouldn't really play violin. I just looked like I played the violin.
Oh, so you didn't actually no sound was coming out of your instrument?
I mean, like maybe like a little bit, but barely any.
Speaking about families going into coming to different occasions, we're actually going to talk about relationships this episode. Relationships, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be any of the sort. It could be romantic, platonic,
business
relationship, you know. Gotta keep it professional in the business area.
Strictly, dignity. You know, any kind of thing, any kind of relationship. You and your dog. That's a relationship.
Yeah, just anything. How is your relationship with your dog?
With my dog?
Yeah.
I beat his ass. I'm just kidding. No animal cruelty. I do love him. I love my dog. He's getting old, and I'm getting a little nervous. It does sound like a punch, like a lineup for a joke, but it wasn't.
You already told the joke.
No, yeah. No, I do love my dog. He loves me. I get angry at him sometimes. We share a bed, and he growls at me when I move him, even though it's my fucking bed and I paid for it. He don't pay no damn bills, but it's fine. Do you have pets?
That sounds like a lot. I have pets. I have a bird. A pet bird.
How's that?
Pretty good. I don't know how old the bird is though, because we rescued it outside my house because it was just flying all around the house. Not around the house, but outside the house. And it was taking shelter underneath our little sunroof we have outside. So
you found the bird though?
Yeah, I found the bird outside the house. It was kind of crazy. I had no idea where the bird came from, but it was obviously way too hot outside.
What kind of bird is it?
It was a parakeet. You know, those common birds you find like pet stores.
Really?
The green blue ones. Yeah.
Was there any like posters for like a missing bird anywhere?
No, there was no missing posters. So we rescued it, and now we have it as our own. It's still really scared though. Which I'm starting to think it might have just always lived in the wild, or maybe the home before it was not a good environment.
It's like a not ever feel safe where it was at.
Yeah. But I have given it multiple times to just leave, but it chose not to. It chose to stay.
You're like, you open a gate, you open the window, you're like, you can go. You're free to go.
Yeah, I actually opened the roof of the cage one time, like for 2 hours, and it did not get out.
It stayed its happy ass in that cage. It's like, no, actually, I'm good right here, bro. Thanks. It's too hot outside. It's too hot.
Yeah. But it's crazy. Animals are a lot.
My relationship with animals is kind of hard because if my work hears this, you'd know you didn't, but I'm really bad at taking care of animals or houseplants or living things. Because
that's kind of concerning considering you own 2 dogs.
I have 2 dogs and a lizard. Yeah, no, but I take care of them, of course. Sometimes I forget that even though they're like a living creature and they can take care of themselves, they also can't, you know?
Yeah.
Like they can't walk down to the fucking store and buy some food or whatever. Like I could. I mean, if they could, they should.
They should feed themselves.
Could you imagine?
They should pay taxes. They should pay rent.
My lizard should get a job. She does nothing all day. She got bad legs.
Oh, what's been your experience with the relationships? Let's say romantically.
Romantically?
I know we sort of discussed this many times in past episodes, but how has it been like? Let's dig deep into that. Deep into the jokes.
Into the jokes and the fun. I have been in one relationship. And it went okay. It was okay.
Do you like that happened though, or do you regret it happening?
Oh, I regret nothing. I don't have regrets. I live my life. I try to live my life in the moment, and I don't think about the future because it makes me uncomfortable. But so I don't regret anything that happened or anything that I said or the way I said it. But I mean, I was happy it happened because I wanted it to happen. And if you want something to happen and it happens, then regardless of how it ends, it's a good situation. But it did happen.
It's always scary getting into relationships, romantic ones.
Oh, yeah.
It's always scary into them, but it's always fun not getting into them, you know?
What do you mean?
Sort of just having like a crush on someone, but not actually being in a relationship with them, a romantic one. You know, the chase is fun.
So you prefer the you just sort of stalking and watching.
You, they're already in a relationship and I'm stalking them. I'm stalking and I'm always watching.
The chase is fun. Like he's some goddamn hunter on the prowl.
No chasing, nothing weird, but just will it happen or won't it happen?
The will or won't is fun. Except I kind of always want it to be a will, and it's usually always a won't.
Yeah, you always want it to be the will, but it's never the won't. But it's fun, you know? It's fun having a thing for someone.
It is. I love romance, and I love when people can be like romantic together. Like I have a list of like things I want to do with people when I get into a relationship with them. That sounds weird. I mean, like a list of like movie moment kisses, you know?
Yeah.
And sadly, I was never able to recreate any of those situations in my last and only relationship. But maybe in the future. Do you have high hopes for relationships, like romantically? Do you have like high standards or anything?
High standards? What do you mean by that?
Like, because I feel like for me personally, I have ideas that were like preconceived in my head from a young age, right? Like entertainment and stuff, as to what a relationship should be. And I feel like it affected my last relationship. Do you have any of those? Like anything that you're like...
Yeah.
Like this is what...
Expectations?
Expectations, yeah.
Of what's to come? Like in the person or just in the relationship?
Period. Both.
Both?
Maybe both. Or just in the relationship at least, but...
I feel like sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I do have an expectations, but I always got to remind myself that it's not going to be met. You know, I got to be prepared that it's not going to be met. And it might, I don't know, it might be perfect the first couple of weeks, the first months in that relationship, but as more time progresses, it would obviously change how the dynamic or multiple people, how that works.
That is, how do you feel about that? How do you feel when like you can feel your relationship change?
I guess it really depends. If it's like a good change where it's like both of you are getting more comfortable with each other, like let's say like a farting for example. Farting's very taboo in beginning relationships. It's really weird. It's like, it depends on the people, of course. Either one of them could find it weird if they fart in front of their partner or if they do anything disgusting related with them.
Yeah.
It's really taboo. But as you're with them more, it becomes more comfortable.
That is true. I've
I think that in those cases, I'm glad things are more comfortable. But other times, it cannot be for the best change. Like, oh, you two become more distant. Something is gone. Something that they used to do. Like, I don't know. Be romantic with you often.
Mm-hmm.
It could change in which they're super comfortable with you. So they're like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna be as romantic with them because I'm comfortable with them. You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not like a change that's meant to happen. Like, it wasn't intentional. It just happened.
I feel like in my past, I have been the person who just was, even though I love romance, I like being romantic, I have sort of just, I feel like maybe stop being as romantic because I'm like, I don't have to try anymore.
Yeah.
You know, which is dumb because you should still try regardless. No matter how long you've been together, you should just be trying for that person. I feel.
But also, it just gets hard, I think, to keep up the romance.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just become so used to this one person, and you start acting like yourself around that person.
Yeah.
You know.
You're less of a character and more of like who you are truly because when you're alone is when you're like truly you, and when you bring someone into that space, you have like your walls up. No matter what kind of relationship it is, but romantic especially, I feel like you have your walls up, and as like the longer you progress in that relationship, the more your walls will slowly go down, and the more you'll become who you are comfortably as yourself. You know?
Yeah, definitely. And also, I think it's just hard. Well, me personally, it's hard to portray any kind of intimate emotion to people. You know, like it's easy for me to do the little things, like hold hands, hug them, kiss them. You know, the general things. But I feel like as the time progresses for me personally, I started to slowly get rid of that.
Small stuff?
Yeah, like those small things. Like, I still do them, but it's just not as seen as often compared to when the relationship was first started.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Have you ever found yourself in that kind of situation?
I think yes, but there was, and I'm not going to talk about it because it's very personal, but there's a lot of factors, I think, in my previous relationship, and I feel like it got a lot to me, even though like it wasn't a big deal. It was just a lot for my first relationship.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it was like it kind of just affected me, and I didn't make a lot of those small gestures because I was unsure, you know.
Yeah.
So they did stop, which I feel like when those gestures stop, it could feel like to the other person maybe that they're like, are they still?
They're still into you or not?
Yeah, they still have feelings for me.
But I feel like it's never the case. It's just they're comfortable with you.
Yeah.
So they forget to do that because they're comfortable with you. Mm-hmm. They forget to do those small things.
It would almost become like second nature to do it though as well. Like, I don't know, because I feel like you should remember to do it. But also, I feel like at that point, if you're in the relationship for long enough, it would be okay if you didn't. You know? Like if you drop, I feel like you drop your partner off or whatever, kiss them. Like, do you like kiss them goodbye, or if they like leave or whatever? Yeah. I feel like as long as those things are still happening, then I feel like it would be good on both ends, you know?
Yeah.
And also, communication is huge. Like if you're feeling like you're not getting enough of something, speak up.
I feel like communication could also go just any kind of relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
No matter what kind of relationship it is, communication is always important in those relationships to make them work in some way, in some capacity, make them work.
Like if you're gonna talk about drive-through and you didn't want lettuce in your taco and they put lettuce, communicate you didn't want lettuce. Go back through.
Bring that back.
Say, I asked for no lettuce, please. Thank you. That's communication. In the smallest form, it's communication.
Communication's all around us, and it's very important. I feel like I struggle with communication. I used to struggle with communication.
Do you still?
Kind of, but I've noticed a growth in me communicating with about anyone. I was very timid and shy growing up, especially until like I think last year or this year. I was like that, and I didn't really like to speak up for myself. Like I used to be more of a, if something happened that I didn't like happening, then oh well, I'll get over it. But now I'm finding myself taking more of a charge into it.
More assertive, like with your feelings.
Yeah, more assertive what I feel about it, or what's okay and what's not okay. Because there has been some stuff in the past that I let it slide easily because I didn't know how to communicate about it. But I've been better, and I will speak up my mind when I need to.
As you should. I feel like I have a friend, and me and that friend have this pact that we probably both failed millions of times already, where we we start speaking our minds more, and we stop saying sorry for things that we don't need to apologize for. Because I find myself doing that a lot, and I feel like that's not a healthy way of communicating, because if something's not your fault or you didn't do anything wrong in that situation, it shouldn't be your fault, and you should not make it out to be your fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like we have that pact, and we're trying to be more assertive. I'm also trying to be more assertive because I feel like for past relationships, if any kind, I'm very similar to you. I don't share the feeling, or if I did, I would be turned around on me, where it'd be like, well, that's your fault, you're feeling that way.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And I feel like what you're doing, like taking charge is very good for any sort of relationship with communication, especially.
Yeah. And it all comes from I feel like it all comes from the house, from where you lived, is how communication is perceived.
Oh, absolutely.
It's very important.
Everything you learn in life, not everything, most of the things you learn while growing up is like visually and like with audio. Like you hear people in your household doing these things, and you think that would be okay, or that's how you're supposed to be done.
Yeah, because that's your house is, when growing up, is your world.
It is. It's what you're exposed to, like in the beginning of your life. It's what you base everything off of. And then media and entertainment come in, which whole different level. How is your family? My parents have affected me in the following ways.
It's like one of those
like an AA meeting.
Those side effects the medicine commercials have at the end.
May cause anxiety and stress. May cause lack of communication. Feelings of guilt.
Now that's something we need before showing up to a family. That's what we need before giving birth.
Yeah, for real. Parents need to make like a little mental note of not to fuck their kids up.
Yeah.
Or at least try not to fuck their kids up.
You think that's why there's I think I heard somewhere that it's an increase of depression in this generation. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's from the homes we lived in?
I mean, maybe. I also just feel like there isn't an increase in depression. There's just an increase in people talking about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A lot more people are talking about emotions.
I think it's very healthy to be open about your emotions and stuff.
Yeah.
You should be like open with your feelings, and I feel like that's the only reason people are like, oh, depression's a trend right now. I mean, maybe, but also I think people are just like, it started becoming more like open about it, and then everyone became more open about their things,
more accepted into society.
Yeah, really. Which older generations are still like, well, relationship with the older generations.
I feel like with older generations, it's tough. It's tough for them. I feel like there's a lot of mental problems going on with older people. Mm-hmm. Like even around our parents' ages, I'm sure there's some stuff they haven't dug into their emotions. I'm sure they probably balled it up or blocked out of their memories.
Oh, like my if we're gonna be honest on the podcast, my family's fucked up. Like, my family is emotionally scarred. I think all of them, because I feel like we don't have, like, none of them had that moment. Yeah, like that outlet to just pour out their emotions. I feel like our families were very like not accepting of it. Although my father and stepmom have been, which like they've had a lot of issues, but they've gotten past that through communication and other things like that, you know. And I feel like they've been very accepting for mental health, which is very weird because they have a lot of, we'll disagree on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like political views or whatever, but they have a lot of open-mindedness when it comes to mental health, which is really good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Because when your family can take your mental health serious, it's just a whole new world of possibilities for your relationship to grow with your parents.
Yeah.
Do you like your family?
Do I like my family? I mean, yeah, I do like my family. I love my family. But also, never mind. I take that back. I was gonna say anyone could say that. Anyone could say they love their family, but not everyone could say that.
That's true. Not everyone can. Not everyone has the opportunity to say that they love their family.
Either, yeah, some bad stuff might happen with their family. Do you love your family?
I do love my family. My family has a lot of issues, like I talked about. And I feel like I need to be more upfront with my family about the things that I feel, but I don't because I have issues of my own.
I mean, we all have issues
regarding my family, though. But yeah, no, I do love my family. I love my entire family, everyone in it. They're all fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if there's no abuse going on in the house,
that's a win.
That's a win.
If no one's being mentally or physically abused, then I guess it's a good situation.
It could always be worse.
Not it could always be worse. How do you think your relationship with your family has like affected you like the real world?
The world.
Like, do you think that they've like done anything to positively or negatively affect you?
How I physically see myself has been a huge problem in my entire life.
In a, like, I assume not good way.
Yeah, not in a good way. I was a really chunky kid. And everyone in my family made sure to tell me that, to make sure I had a weight problem. And they would tell me, oh, you're gaining so much weight, you need to stop eating, or this thing's bad for you, you need to stop it. You know, basically telling me to stop eating certain things or keep on telling me I need to lose weight. So I always had a physical problem with myself. And it wasn't just my family that contributed to it. It was also sometimes at school. Some people would comment on my weight at times. But it wasn't like I was constantly harassed for my weight. It was an occasional, oh, you're pretty big for this. Or you're bigger than me, you know? Or you can't do this. You're big.
Yes. I'm very much aware.
Or, yeah, people would often just compare me to them.
High schools are shitheads. Put down. No, people who compare. Oh God, you need to
spit it out.
You need to keep. No, you need to keep going about that. I'm gonna switch the topic if I start going.
But that's it. It was in school, and it was at home. It wasn't constantly talking about weight. It was occasional, but it did affect me.
But even like the occasional remark is still enough to get into your head about.
Yeah.
Like I've had I mean, majority of my family is like not super skinny, which is weird as to why they would not be like fat phobic.
Yeah.
Like I have had situations where people would say something to me, like one time it was on my fucking birthday. It's my birthday. I had an emoji cake. And it was a big like emoji face on it. And I took out the entire emoji. I wasn't going to eat it all, but it was my birthday. I wanted the emoji cake, you know? They could have the rest.
Right.
I eat it tomorrow. I don't give a shit, you know? So I take it on my little plate and I take it. And my cousins looked at me and they said, "Are you going to eat that whole thing?" And I said, "Well, no, I'm not going to eat anything for several days. Thank you, Karen. Fucking bitch." No, I love my cousins, but it was a real...
It affected you.
It did. I was like, no, I'm not going to eat the whole cake. And if I did, What about it, Miss fucking, what is her name from Matilda, who forces the kid to eat the cake?
Oh no.
Goddamn.
But didn't he want the cake so bad that she forced him to eat it all?
I think she did, which also might be a trigger for me.
But also, I don't know. I understand your hate, but it might have just been like a joke without the thought of... Their intentions probably weren't malicious, but it was probably just a joke, but not about your weight, but about you eating that. But probably due to past events that happened to you, you took it as that.
I mean, maybe, but also tone.
Oh.
Because tone is a very big
Yeah.
way to say when you say things. I feel like if anyone was in my situation, joking or not, they would have taken it negatively. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have taken it negatively.
Yeah.
I would have went what you were thinking about.
I would have. I don't even think I ate the cake. I think I set it down and walked away. I don't think I. I think I ate it. I think I had like a bite, and then I felt bad.
I completely understand. I'm pretty sure I've been in the same situations in which it's just like, I don't want to eat anymore. You know, you ruined it for me. I don't want to eat because I feel like you're gonna joke about me even more for eating. I don't want to be the joke.
I've been in several situations, like probably twice, maybe 3 times a year. I'll tell myself I will tell myself so much that I should stop eating, that I probably maybe intake more than I should be because I'm so nervous that I would actually stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Open announcement on the podcast tonight. We all have problems. Deal with the fucking issues.
I have noticed, me personally, I've gotten better eating. I mean, I've noticed, looking back at pictures, I've gained some weight compared to high school year. It hasn't really affected me as much as it did back then.
What do you mean?
Junior and senior year of high school, I was big on my weight, and I was like, I want to lose weight so bad, and I need to lose it. I basically went on that small diet of just eating one thing.
Small diet.
That diet, eating one thing every day.
Chicken and pasta.
But I also noticed I didn't eat at school either. Like, I only ate that one meal, and I made sure I only ate that one meal that day. That I didn't eat when I was out with friends at restaurants. I was like, oh no, I'm fine. I would just get a water. So I would lie.
I feel like I remember that.
I would lie to just not eat, or I would avoid food. You know, just to eat that one meal. So it was pretty big for me. And also, I was very self-conscious of how I ate. I didn't want to eat messy. I didn't want to look gross eating. My self-image means so much to me, and it shouldn't.
Well,
you won't please everyone in the world.
yeah, not everyone's gonna love you.
Yeah, not everyone's gonna even like you.
Unless you're me, then everybody loves you, but
But it was a huge thing in my life, and now I've noticed I've become more comfortable with food.
as you should be.
I eat what I want to eat, and sometimes I don't overeat though. I recognize that, oh, I'm eating a little too much and I need to stop, and I could always eat this later in the day. You know, like I have a big plate of food. I always gotta remind myself I need to save for later today because I might want it later in the day. I need to think about my future self more than my present self.
I hate people who can't mind their own damn business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it's harder, especially if it's family.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it's harder because it's your family. I'm pretty sure what's in their mind is that I need to be a part of their business because that's my child,
that is true.
or that's my sibling.
Yeah, and also, like, any remark that they say because they're your family holds so much more weight.
Yeah.
Punchline intended. Pun intended.
But also, I feel like since they're your family, there's no filter. Hopefully not the intentions to hurt you. Hopefully it's just they're comfortable with you.
I think it is. I think their intentions are usually if they're just comfortable, they're being funny, or they're trying to legitimately help you.
Yeah, they
but
care.
it just sounds negative.
Yeah, they care about you, but the way you say it is very hurtful.
Like on body image, my relationship with clothing
Yeah.
is horrendous because I am a 6'2" plus size guy. Not a lot of options for that. Like fitness wear, which bitch I don't run.
But they have They have been changing it though.
They have been.
They're having plus size models now.
Yeah, I've been like a couple weeks ago before my concert, I went and just blew a shit ton of money because I'm like, I want new clothes. I'm tired of wearing like joggers and sweatshirts. I want clothes that look good and are still comfortable.
Pandemic fit.
Yeah, yeah. I was tired of that pandemic fit. And I got into it with my mom, kind of, at fucking Kohl's. We were in a Kohl's parking lot, and I got into it, and I was like, because I made the comment, if I was skinny, I would be broke, because I would spend a lot of my money on clothes. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I don't know why you think that. I'm like, you don't know why I think that? Well, let me tell you. And I went off, not off, I didn't go off on her, so no reason to.
Let me tell you some trauma.
Yeah, I was like, you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. I told her, I'm like, it's because everyone in our family makes comments about each other's weight or their own weight. And even when you're talking about your own weight negatively, and there's like a younger audience around, that younger audience still hears that and thinks, well, if they don't like the way that they look and I look like them,
they won't like me.
They won't like me, or I won't like myself. And
being a kid, you want to, I would feel like you want to be liked by
usually
your family.
And I also told her, because like my family has also been known to make several comments about people on the random people on the streets, like, oh, those shorts are too short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or that shirt doesn't look good. I'm like,
I mean, my family does the same thing too.
Yeah. I'm like, well, why the fuck can't you just let someone wear what they want to fucking wear and not make a comment? You know? And I told her that. I'm like, it's because you do shit like you guys do shit like that, to where I don't have.
It makes you
uncomfortable.
Yeah, like self-conscious.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why my relationship with clothing and food have both been in the shitter. If you don't sing at least once in actually the podcast.
Yeah, it's a food is a very complicated situation for many people, big or skinny.
Yeah. It would be easier if everyone just shut the fuck up.
Let them live.
And let them live their life.
Let them live who they want to be.
Your family, your siblings, sexual partners, romantic partners, anybody, friends. If you just let them live their life and vibe with them, everyone in the world will be happier.
True.
Do you agree?
True. I have realized I used to be a very judgmental person, even on people on the streets. Mm-hmm. And I think I picked that up from my family. But now, as I'm getting older, I'm just like, yo, let people be. Let people do their own things.
Yeah.
Let people like what they like. Let people wear what they want to wear. Let people be the size they want to be.
Literally, let people just live their lives.
And I don't know. It's a very much, well, because my mindset is be treated how you want to be treated. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously it won't happen, but it will make a change in people's lives. Even if you just ignore them. Like, even if it's like, I know personally, when I was bigger, or even now, I wear certain things and I'm like, oh, I don't look that good in this. Or during the day, I'm like, I want to go home because I feel weird in this outfit. Like, I feel like it makes me look too big or whatever.
There's been several, I'll cut you off, there's been several times where I've had that feeling where I'll be like super excited to go hang out with my friends, and I'll be getting ready, and I'll take a single glance in the mirror and I'll say, I'm not going anymore.
like the Grinch?
Yes. Literally, like that's literally how I feel, and it's not fun, is it? Just recording now. The only requirement that I have to date me is that you don't like sauces, so I can have all your sauces. Thank you.
Plus, how's your friends?
I hate them.
You like your friends? Oh.
How's your friends? I don't know. I don't talk to those motherfuckers. No, I love my friends. They've made me the person I am today.
I heard as you get older, it gets harder to make friends. Is that true for you?
Well, I'm an introvert, so I would say it was always hard. Well, not always hard. Okay, I'm an introvert, but I'm a very friendly person, and people love me. So it's really easy for me to make friends, except they're not long-term friends.
Yeah.
They're like in the moment. You know what I mean?
I know what that means. Like high school friends, and after high school, you hardly talk to each other.
Yes. Except for a couple. Or like I still have friends from... No, I still have two. I have friends from middle school still that I
Dang.
One I actively see and play video games with, and we talk all the time.
That's lucky.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't think most people have that. Do you want to know some tea? Can I spill tea on the podcast?
Yeah.
It's about friends, so not off topic.
Yeah.
Okay,
Go for it.
I had this friend, and we recently like started talking to them again. I don't really know what happened, but we recently started talking to them again. We hung out like a lot, like quite a few times since then. We've been talking in the chat, in our Snapchat group chat, and they were gonna come over one night. It was them and my friend Chris. You know Chris. I'll name drop her. I don't care. And my mom was gonna make for food for us. So she's like, ask them if they're hungry. So I sent them in the group chat, like, are you guys hungry? Mom wants to cook for you guys. They're like, what is it? Obviously, very genuine question. She's on this keto kick. She's on this keto kick right now. So it was like this like keto thing. I personally thought it was really good, but the friend was like, that sounds like struggle food and unappetizing.
Do you know what it was?
It was like some keto bake thing. I don't know.
It was toast and beans.
It was toast and beans. Beans, what the fuck? No, which, if you think this doesn't sound appetizing, just say you're not hungry. Or say that you're like, no, I'm good, I'll eat before I come. Or do something other than that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't tell someone who's offering to make you food that their food sounds like struggle food.
Yeah, that's a huge diss.
Because like that's fun. I mean, you could just said no, like you don't have to be an ass, right? So I got a little upset because like it's also not the first time they've done that. They're very much like
they speak their mind.
But like, they're also like they have like a superiority complex, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways. So I got a little upset because it's not the first time they've done that. So like, you don't have to be an ass. You could have just said no. And Chris was agreeing with me, but she's like, I would try it. I'm like, okay, if you try it and you don't like it, we can go to fuck McDonald's. I don't care. Like, my mom offering to cook for you, you don't have to eat her food. It's fine.
So she's saying that in the house?
Huh?
Did she say that in the house?
No. They said that on the chat. So at that point, I got so upset. I'm like, not upset. I got so like over it that I'm like, I'm not hanging out tonight. So I didn't. Then I'm out shopping when I got clothes, right?
Yeah.
And I get this long ass message from them, and it's like in our group chat, it's like, I don't think that we can be friends anymore because
you won't allow me to call your food struggle
literally,
food.
No, they're like, because we fight too much. I'm like, we didn't fight. You call my mom's food struggle food, and I called you an ass.
Yeah, you're defending your mom.
Literally. Like, also they apologized, which is cool, right? And then like the next 2 days ago, they asked for like to borrow a game, and I let them borrow a game. We talked about it outside for like 10 minutes, so we were cool, right? It was very out of the blue and weird.
Maybe that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like this long paragraph, and then they're like, you can come get your game. So I went to go get my game. I had Chris in my car. She stayed in the car. I went to go get my game. They rode up on a bike, handed me my game. I said, what's up? And they just quietly drove off on their bike. It was funny to watch. So I just got back in the car. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't care. And they left the group chat. I'm like, I don't care.
What just happened?
It didn't make me feel sad or anything. I was unfazed.
I would be more confused inside.
You know what I found out?
What?
My mom still pays for their fucking phone.
To this day?
Yup.
Why?
She bought it for them long ago as a birthday gift and was like, I'll pay for it as long as like you're, or I think maybe it was free. I don't know, but I think she had paid for it a couple times, my mom. And I'm like, no. You're not going to be not being my friend, but still using my mom.
After calling her food struggle food.
Yeah, I'm like, no. I came home like, Mom, turn the fucking phone off. No warning. Shut that shit down now.
What did your mom say?
She said, okay. She asked me like why, and I had to explain everything. And then the other day in the car with Chris and my mom, she's like, Chris, what do you think? And I was like, no. It's not about what Chris thinks. It's about what you should do. She's like, I just think I should give them a warning. I'm like, no. There should be no warning for that type of shit.
Especially it's been on for this long.
Their birthday that they got the phone for was like when I was in high school. So several years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I think it's just stupid. So friends can be annoying. So we're not friends anymore. So ex-friends can be annoying.
I mean, ex or not, I feel like they could get annoying at times.
Oh. Yeah.
Comparing family and friends, I feel like there's sometimes they could get too comfortable with you and speak their mind, and it could ruin the mood, ruin the friendship.
Explain.
Like what you said, that comment about struggle food, I feel like that was only made as a joke. You know, they try to be funny because you two are friends, they're comfortable, so they're like, oh, it'll be funny if I say your mom's food is struggle food, because you two are, I don't know how close you were, but I assume close enough that she said struggle food. But you could have taken that the wrong way. Yeah. Like, there was no thought put into that before.
No, yeah, you're not wrong. There is, like, again, it's like that wall thing I mentioned earlier. Also, knowing them, it wasn't a joke. They were very serious. But there was still, like, the fact that the wall is down and we're like, oh, I can say that because we are friends.
Yeah.
I would like, no, you can't say that because you're an asshole.
You gotta get rid of those friends. I definitely got rid of those friends in my life, and there's not that much stress.
Because you used to have, like,
Crazy ones.
not great friends, right?
Wild ones. Yeah. Not, I wouldn't say not great ones. I would say it got complicated at times. None of them lasted for that long. I'm kind of glad it didn't last for long. I'm glad I'm friends with the friends I have now, although the majority of them are out of state or way too busy to talk or hang out.
Yeah. Kind of sad. It's kind of sucks. Like, the friends that you make, like, in high school, like, they all just sort of dissipate.
Yeah, they all disappear. I used to talk to so many people in high school in my senior year. I used to know so many people. I used to talk to anybody.
Do you remember that question? It was, would you prefer to have a small group of really close friends or a wide array of friends that you didn't really know too much about?
I'll do a small group of friends. It'll be easier just to, like, talk to them outside of, let's say, like, an event you are in the same room together. Because if you know, like, like a graduation reunion, you would talk to everybody there if you knew.
Yeah.
If you had friends all over the place. But after the reunion, where does that go? Like, you have no one to talk to.
True.
But if you have a close group of friends, then that reunion could make it even more fun. And afterwards, you'll still be close to them. It won't be like nothing's gonna be gone after this night.
It's a little less sad.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Until they all move away to college.
Until they move to college.
Or get too busy.
Until their mom stops paying for their phone bill.
For real, right? Just fucking call your mom food struggle food. Get out of here. Like, I feel like I'm gonna name drop. I don't give a shit. I don't care if she sees this. Mine and Chris' relationship has been very, very rocky at like a lot of times. Probably to the point where I feel like we probably shouldn't be friends anymore, except we still are, and I love the bitch to death.
You think it's through shared trauma you guys got so close to each other?
I do think that, yes, because like we met in middle school. We were a little LGBT, so running around, living life. All we had, it was really funny though, because all we had when we first met was we'd sit against the wall and talk about Keno, the school that we both transferred from, and that's all we had to talk about. It was really awkward and really weird, and then it progressed into a little bit more. But there's been several times where where she had been going through stuff, and I feel like she was taking it out on the people around her.
Yeah.
Which will affect your relationships when you do that. And I feel like, I think I realized that was happening, so I kept coming back, because I'm a forgiving person. But I feel like if other people were in my situation, that friendship, that relationship would not be what it is anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's crazy, though. You think there's any deeper meaning behind it, that why you're still friends with her? Like, it could be a little part of your childhood that you're still, like, holding on to?
I mean, maybe, but I feel like even though we fight, we have, like, we don't fight, but we have had fights and arguments. I feel like we're almost maybe twin flames in a way.
Yeah. Like,
we're, like, meant to be, or, like, maybe it's soulmates, because soulmates are not just always lovers. That's a very true statement. And I mean, I'm not going to say that, like, Chris is my soulmate or anything, but I feel like we're very close to that kind of situation. Yeah.
I mean, that's always good. I mean, having known someone that year, there's obviously going to be fights.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously going to be disagreements, arguments. You're going to get into a fight with anybody you know that long.
Anybody. Parent, like, I feel like, I mean, I'm not talking, like, crazy, outlandish fights, right? But I feel like any relationship should maybe have like especially a long one, as like we've been friends for like almost 12 years, there should at least be one argument in there somewhere.
Yeah, there has to be.
Or things are too perfect.
Yeah. So it's sort of like it's fake, you know?
Like like if you're together long enough, or in any facet of the word, there needs to be a debate, a disagreement, because you're not going to share the same ideas the entire time. You know,
Yeah.
people grow and change. So sometimes literally. Chris knows what I mean. She doesn't listen to this shit. But yeah, I don't know. Friends are wild.
People are wild.
People are wild. Relationships are wild. I want someone to date me.
But would you marry them?
I date to marry.
You date to marry. You don't date to have fun?
I want to have fun the entire time. Sometimes.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
There are some people out there, though, who only date to just have a good time. Not really date to marry.
Serial daters.
Yeah. Which, if you are one of those people, please let it be known to anyone you're going to date or have a thing with that you're only you're just doing it for fun.
Yeah. Like, if you're one of those people who are like, well, let's see where things go. Of course, as every relationship is, it's to see where things go.
Yeah.
But like, if you're not looking for a very serious relationship, that should be said in the beginning of the interaction.
Please.
You know who you are.
Because if not, without a doubt, that other person will pretend to be like they're on the same page while still holding out hope that you change your mind.
Yeah.
So it's really important. You could be seen as someone who was leading someone on if you don't relay that message.
If you're listening to this shit, you know who you are.
So please let it be known on the first interaction. If something's gonna happen, tell them nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, because I feel like when you have the idea of like this could be something serious, when they're not feeling that, you're gonna put in too much effort, which effort should still be made, but it's gonna hurt more when they're like, well, bye.
Yeah, like, well,
because you spent time and maybe money going on dates. I don't know what you guys do, but
effort, stress, emotions.
If you're stressing over any relationship, you should either leave the relationship or make it be known that this relationship is causing you stress.
Or also just talk to them about it.
Yeah.
Talk to the other person about it and tell them what emotions, how it's affecting you.
Our relationship has affected me in the following ways.
Depression. Anxiety.
You really are the tether, I think. Our relationship, you are currently, you are the tether, and I just sort of like float and dance and thought, and you're like, get the fuck back down here, please. And you really let that go on for a little bit.
Gotta make sure we don't go overboard on one certain topic.
Because I won't stop you. I'll just be like, like, I want to know more. Tell me more.
So, Casper, you got any advice for anyone stressing overthinking about, or planning on being in a relationship soon, romantically?
I feel like my advice has like been said throughout the episode. It's like communication is key in any relationship, parents, romantic, especially romantic. Like open-mindedness, being accepting change is very big. I experienced that a lot in my one fucking relationship. Change happened a lot there. I was prepared and also not prepared at all. So I just think go with the flow. Be communicative. Is that a word? That's a word.
Yeah, it's a word now.
It's a word now. Trademark. I think that's about it. What about you?
Communication is key. That's it.
I want like a big key that just says communication on it. Like I feel like that's a bad joke, but I feel like it's just like I want that for real.
That's true. I definitely feel like we need to dig deeper into this in a later episode. We briefly touched on it.
I feel like I feel like any relationship facet could be its own episode.
True.
That would be a lot of work, but I feel like family, in depth on that, like romantic, friends. Maybe those two could be probably together, but
let us know if you want that. Our one listener.
yeah, our one
Casper.
listener, let us know. Would you fuck your friends?
On that note, thank you for watching Two Bros 5 Year Apart podcast.
As always, give us a listen, give us a DM for any ideas,
Or if you want to
thoughts.
be in it as well. We are always traveling.
Yeah, we'll come to your house.
We'll come to your house if you want to.
Sounds so creepy. This is a shit show.
So thank you so much, anyone who's listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bazinga.